the BetterKast, your bi-weekly home for stuff and things. We are three guys with a band, a podcast, and a pocket full of dreams. I'm just Matt.
I'm the Weather Brain.
And I'm Jam Jam. And guys, today, I want to know, what was your favorite video game console growing up?
Ooh, I like that. Oh man, it's so hard to decide for me though. It's like between the N64 and the GameCube.
Yeah,
I would say.
Solid choices, I think.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The reason like for the N64 would be the nostalgia of it for me specifically, like playing Super Mario 64 for hours and hours and hours and hours. But I kind of want to say my favorite has to be the GameCube, just because Super Mario Sunshine, Turok Evolution. I think I've mentioned that before, actually.
That. I've never played it.
The fact that a GameCube was borderline like a Lego set is mind-blowing to me. There's like 9 different attachments you can have on it at once.
Straight up.
Well,
and
there's one.
No.
Is the Game Boy player.
No, there's a lot.
Oh, there's also a screen.
There's a
portable
screen, there's speakers, there's like a little thing that holds games. There is a whole little like setup that you can build. I watched a dude on YouTube do it one time, and he just put one piece after another and one piece after another and built this whole thing up that was just at the heart of it a GameCube, but it was borderline an entertainment center at the end of it.
That is wild. All this for Smash Bros. Melee.
That's what I'm saying.
But that was awesome. I played that for friggin' hours too. And I'll tell you what, that was a great system in my mind. I think it's got mixed opinions.
It's got mixed opinions. It's got a limited like catalog compared to all the other things that were released on it.
But I think the thing that stood out for me the most was like the fact that I was old enough to be playing games that weren't necessarily just like Mario games and stuff. So when I did get Turok Evolution, if any of you out there know what that is, you to bomb. Funny. Crazy game with dinosaurs and like warring people. It's crazy. And you're shooting, and it's really graphic too.
Yeah.
Like for Nintendo, it was graphic.
Yeah. It's like a bloody like
blowing people up. You get a bunch of different weapons. You can play like multiplayer fighting against each other. It was really fun. It's like Call of Duty with dinosaurs.
Yeah. Okay.
Basically, if that makes sense.
You did say growing up. So I will say honorable mention as an adult. I love my PS5. My PS5 is so much. But growing up, Sega Genesis.
Oh, man.
Playing Golden Axe on Saturdays.
Timeless.
The original Sonic games. I had the Knuckles cartridge for like Sonic 2 and 3 where you could plug the game into the cartridge into the system and you could have an extra character and play as Knuckles.
Yeah.
Super cool. Love that. Like the Sega Genesis peak. As a kid, we'd go like to a Blockbuster or our local Kroger had a video rental store in it, and I would go get Sega Genesis games from the video rental store in Kroger.
Hold up, since when did Kroger have video rental stores?
It was in the 90s.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've
never seen
with
that before.
Every grocery store I was at for the most part in the 90s had video games and video rentals in them. Like the HEB in Texas where I grew up had so many video games and tapes there.
I'm pretty sure the Kroger here in town stopped doing it when we got a Blockbuster. And so for the longest time, we had a Captain Video on one side of town and a Blockbuster on the other.
I was going to mention the Captain Video because that's the only, like, that's the last one I remember. Because I remember Blockbuster when I was real little. And then Captain Video was, it stuck it out for a while. And then it finally closed down. By Food Lion, right?
I was 100% that kid that anybody at a rental place hated because I would call like 6 times a day. Is this back yet? Is this back yet? You said that'd be back today. I'm just wondering if it's back yet.
Man, that's crazy. Well, so Sega Genesis, that's a really timeless game system.
It is.
It's a solid system.
I never grew up with it, but I'm actually going back and playing a lot of Sega titles from the Genesis that I never played before. Even some franchises that I love, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Castlevania. They have entries that are exclusive to the Genesis.
The X-Men game on the Genesis was peak. It was so good.
Was it a side-scrolling beat-em-up?
It was a side-scrolling beat-em-up.
Okay.
Ooh, speaking of Sega games, like the Sonic collection on GameCube is what I played too. Like I had that disc where it had like the Mega Collection. Yeah, that's where I found Dr. Robotnik's Mean Beam Machine.
Nice.
Friggin' crazy. If you've never played that, that's really fun. It was based off of Puyo Puyo?
Puyo Puyo, yeah.
The Japanese bean game, but like the music was insane.
It's like a color matching sort of puzzle game, right?
Yeah, almost like Tetris, but not. It's got a few more layers to it.
Yeah, like they come in angles, and they can change the order
and then
of the colors.
The more combos you can get, like as they drop, the more rocks you throw to the other person's side to slow them down. Basically, you're competing.
I will say, just in general, Sonic games soundtracks.
Oh, phenomenal.
Yeah, I will say, speaking of Sonic soundtracks, one of the cool things about the GameCube is there is a port of Sonic Adventure 1 and Sonic Adventure 2 on the GameCube.
Really?
And that's where a lot of people who didn't have Dreamcast growing up got their first experience playing those particular games was from the GameCube. And Crush 40, first time they debuted was on Sonic Adventure 1. And Sonic Adventure 2 is maybe one of the most iconic Sonic songs of all time. Live and Learn, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Yep. Goodness. And that, it is iconic. You're right.
It is.
Solid song. Live and learn. Tristan knows this whole song.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of Tristan, he actually is talking to the lead singer of Crush 40, and he sent him a donation. And on stream, just what was it, last night, I think? He was reading Tristan's message on stream, and Tristan said that he'd like to collaborate with him. And he said, sure, I'd love to collab. No promises, I'm busy, but send me a message and we'll see what we can do.
So for those of you out there, Tristan's a guy Jameson and I work with.
Yeah. He's a huge Sonic fan, a fantastic vocalist. So I hope that he gets to collab with, cannot remember the guy's name. I'm going to sound like a terrible fan. But
so Tristan's on YouTube? Is he like a...
He's working on it, yeah.
Okay.
Like he's getting set up to get into a regular streaming schedule for his new channel.
He streams?
Yeah, he's going to start streaming.
Okay.
I think he does stream, but he's about to do it regularly. And
is he a VTuber?
I think so.
Is he?
Like, I think that's what he's getting into.
He's trying to get into that? Yeah,
he's got a very cool persona. Like his art style is all over his streaming setup, so he gets his signature style. And it's like inspired by Generation 3 from the Pokemon series. So
no
like
way.
Emerald,
Oh, shoot.
Ruby Sapphire.
All right, I get it.
Yeah, so it looks really clean. He's doing pixel art, custom graphics, interfaces, and stuff. It's nice.
He's doing his own art. I love it when VTubers do their own art. Just saying. That's straight up. That's what it's all about, I feel like. I mean, that's the whole point.
Love celebrating Tristan's art specifically because he's very talented.
Yep, very talented.
Unlike Matt, who keeps destroying my gear.
I'm not destroying your gear. I just bumped it a little bit.
It turned off.
So, Jameson, what was your favorite console growing up?
This one's tough. I have like a sentimental attachment to a lot of consoles from my childhood, but I have a lot of pride in one in particular, and it was the PlayStation 2. Because that was the first console that I think I ever bought with my hard-earned money.
Is that the one that goes down?
Oh, yes.
It's also the one that I genuinely enjoyed going through my memory card to see what games I had, because each game had its own little like 3D icon that would pop up, and it just looked so cool.
Yeah.
I got another little thing. Did you guys know you could turn the logo on the PS2 sideways? The little tiny itty bitty logo?
No, I never knew that.
Did you know that?
Oh, so if you had it upright?
Yeah, if you set it upright,
vertical or horizontal. Wow.
Turn it. I don't know if that's widely known. Like I figured it out one day, and I was like, "What?" No, and it only turns so long that it stops. You can only turn it one direction.
That's awesome. Way to go, Sony.
Details.
Like
Beauty's in the details for me, man. Yeah.
I kind of like how Sony just announced a $350 fight stick that I want to buy just because it's going to look really good next to my PlayStation. I don't even use a fight stick that much. It's just going to look so pretty next to it.
I bet.
I bet. It looks clean.
It looks so clean.
So you said it's your favorite console.
Probably because of just overall, like that generation of gaming happened during a lot of my formative years creatively. So I was getting a lot of inspiration from games like Silent Hill.
Okay.
Actually, probably most of the survival horror from the PS2 era is probably my favorite games. Fatal Frame.
Not counting Tomb Raider, of course.
I never played Tomb Raider. It was also like peak generation of 2D fighters. We're getting ports like the PS2 version of Marvel vs. Capcom 2, which is extremely rare, and it got
came
ported.
Out that era. Oh, okay.
Another Dreamcast port. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Capcom versus SNK 2. So a lot of peak like competitive fighters were coming out here. Good compilation era too. About the same as the GameCube, you know.
Yeah, with the combo games, yeah.
And then the backwards compatibility of the PlayStation 2 to play PS1 games was pretty great. You know,
Could the PS2 also play like CDs and DVDs, like audio and video discs?
That was another reason why my family was so excited for me to have bought a PS2, because that was right around when DVDs even launched.
It was it was multi-purpose at that point, right? For the family.
They could justify me having one.
Like, dude, the PS2 was my DVD player for the longest time.
It was my family's first DVD player.
Yeah, you know what? PS2, if I had to pick my favorite PlayStation, it would have been the PS2 straight up.
Yeah, I think me too.
Just to the nostalgia sake. And usability, straight up. That's pretty cool.
Now, I will say, speaking of nostalgia and stuff, Jam and I been playing Gauntlet.
Oh, yeah. Is that what's been happening?
It's a top-down,
that's what's been happening.
It's the newest one. It's the one that came out in 2015, and it's fun. It is challenging.
It is very difficult.
Yeah, no, we walked through like the first 7 levels like it was nothing, and we're like, oh, it's just Gauntlet. It's just Gauntlet. And in the 8th level, we had to go like 10 times on it.
Yeah.
We finally figured that one out, though, and then we walked through the next 3, so here sometime soon, there's going to be a stupid level that I don't like. Now, Jameson is playing on the fight stick, and I'm using the controller. Most of the characters, you need the right stick to be able to use, because like for the archer, for me, my basic attack is just whatever direction I'm using the right stick in. So we had to find a character that didn't need to use a right stick so he could use a fight stick on it. So Jameson, who's normally a support type character, is having to just run full warrior into it.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, I'm having to learn a completely different play pattern.
So I'm like, you just run in there and hit everybody, and I'm going to stand back and shoot stuff.
How many times did you guys say you died?
I mean, at least 5.
At least 5 to get past the...
We just finally, like, maybe the last time we actually got through it was the most impressive, but we changed our strat. We committed to certain things, you know. And even when we thought we were about to lose, I said, stick to the plan, stick to the game plan, stick to the game plan. And we were victorious.
We were.
It felt really good.
That's awesome. At least you didn't have to die 20,000 times trying to beat one story mode called Farewell and Celeste. It's tough.
Yeah, I don't have that kind of
It hurts my soul, but also it's teaching me persistence. Like,
don't give up, man.
No, I won't. I will finish Farewell. I will feel it. It's gonna happen. It's coming to an end. Dang it. It's just a struggle. That's all.
Yeah.
I'm on the struggle bus with it, but I guess I'll just throw in one quick point about that makes it so hard is they have this thing called the wave dash. You have to do it a certain way or you don't get your second dash back to get it, which helps you get further in certain points. And they have a wall bounce, which is basically the same thing. And they make these levels are really hard, but 2 whole different games, I guess you could say.
Yeah, for sure.
One where you're expected to die a bunch. The other one where it's like, this is just hard strategy. Got to do it right.
It's just dumb.
That's like you got to learn and rehearse.
Oh, man. That's this one, except like it's a lot less long term. It's more just like over and over, really quick, dumb, like stupid things till you get it perfect. Redundancy is key in a lot of these games like that. You know what I mean?
No. Like in all fairness with Gauntlet, if Jameson and I would just like sit back and grind and go through the levels we've beaten and get the money, we could make it where we could just walk through the game. He's literally got a thing he can get for his character that just turns everyone he beats into food, so he just stays healthy.
Yeah, that's my goal.
Well,
that's what I want to do in real life anyway.
That sounds about right for you.
Yeah. I don't want to eat my enemies.
Everything goes back to food with
I was going to say, is everything about food with him?
It's all about
Not
food.
Everything.
Tell me one thing that's not about food.
Music? How many songs do I have about food?
Taco Rat.
Dang it. Okay. That was fast.
And I think I remember like a burger related song too. Does that sound right?
There's a little bit of that in my history.
So we've named 2.
Barbecue water.
Oh goodness.
You helped us out.
Okay, maybe we shouldn't go down this rabbit hole.
Stop. Yeah. Well, I mean, I have been watching anime, as you could guess.
Yeah.
I always get down this road. It's never going to end.
Let me go out on a limb. It's a rom-com.
Yeah. But it's more of a real wholesome rom-com that's actually kind of unique.
Is there a non-wholesome rom-com?
Oh, you know there is, dude. Why'd you even ask that question?
That is definitely a non-question. That is straight up
Do you want to see a list? Like,
no, I just want to watch shonen
for you.
anime and watch someone get punched in the face.
Yeah, I know you do.
You could probably watch someone get punched, but it might not be the way you like.
Oh goodness, no, but this one's.
What does that even mean? Don't answer. Brian, what are you watching?
Yeah, so I'm watching a anime called You Are Miss Servant, and
See,
but no, don't take it the wrong way. It's just the title of it.
I think it's physically impossible to take that one the wrong way.
It's let me tell you, and you'll understand. So this lady shows up, and she's like a maid, and but she's not though. She's actually an assassin. Like she's a deadly assassin. All she's ever known her entire life is being an assassin. But she's trying to not be an assassin anymore. She wants a change of pace, and she just kind of shows up at this dude's house who happens to be in the family, and someone recommended, hey, maybe you can go get work here. He might need a maid.
So it's Spy X Family?
I'm getting to that. I'm glad you said that. So she is literally like Yor from Spy X Family, and he is like, I guess you could say he's kind of like Kirito from Sword Art Online type character.
Going back to Sword Art. Go ahead.
I know, right? So you take those two characters and you put them in a rom-com, and she doesn't know what it's like to like just do normal things because she's just an assassin. All she knows how to do is kill.
Yeah.
So now we're going down the route of he's trying to be like, hey, chill. Oh my goodness, like trying, and they're balancing each other out, and it's super wholesome to watch. There's more
to life.
Right. The reason I liked this was not just that, but irony. The opening song to this anime is another one of those like a Samurai Champloo that I just have to listen to every time now. But this time I knew the band before I heard the song. I didn't even know they had a new song out. But Tricot is a Japanese math rock band, and they put out a song called Otozure, which means call. And it's their newest single. It came out last year. I didn't even know it dropped, but they dropped it for this anime's opening.
That's so cool.
And I heard the music, and then I heard the vocals, and I went, there's no way. I know this group. Is that Tricot? And then like literally 3 seconds later, there it is on screen. I was like, yeah. I was like alone in my house going, oh my God, yeah. To like an anime intro.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was pretty cool.
Personally, I just thought he was showing me another Miku song, but apparently I'm wrong.
No, it's a really cool math rock band. If you guys have never heard of Tricot, check them out. I think I'm saying that right. It's either Tricot or Tricot, but I feel like a Tricot's like a type of clothing. It's like a
I think
jacket?
you might be thinking of
A peacoat is a type of clothing.
No, there's a Tricot too.
Is there?
I don't know.
Is it
I was thinking
made
the
out of
T was
bark?
silent and it was like called Trico.
Do any of you guys know out there? Am I
I
crazy?
think Trico is a Pokemon.
It's a Pokemon, yeah.
Well, maybe they're all Pokemon then, disguised as humans. That would explain how well they can play music, I guess.
I don't know that Pokemon have a reputation of being good at music.
Jigglypuff.
Jigglypuff.
Jigglypuff. I mean,
You proud of that one?
has nobody played Super Smash Brothers?
You just super proud of that one, Brian?
Yeah,
I mean,
guess so.
I pretty much have the Jigglypuff song memorized from the anime.
Jigglypuff.
Jigglypuff.
Oh, more. We want to hear more.
Jigglypuff. Jigglypuff.
All right, you might want to stop before he has a meltdown.
Done. Yeah, I'm done now.
What is going on?
We're jiggling.
Do you know a dude auditioned on American Idol with that song? I'm pretty sure it's a viral clip.
I would say I'm not surprised, but it's American Idol.
And I'm going to have to look that up later.
Yeah, I know. It's great.
Oh, jeez. So you're saying you've been playing like video games a lot.
Playing video games, man, getting hyped up about like some new stuff. Like I haven't been really excited about a particular franchise that's new in a long time. And, you know, I mentioned Silent Hill being one of my favorite franchises of all time.
Yeah.
And apparently, just today, they dropped a lore bomb and said that they're going to be remaking the first game in the series because Bloober Team's collaboration with Konami on Silent Hill 2 remake went over so well that they got the green light to go ahead and start production on the first game's remake.
Oh, okay.
So it's a very hype thing because it was kind of an experiment. They didn't know if they were going to go ahead and go that route. But what I think they're going to end up doing is using Bloober Team specifically to do the remakes to get the modern audience caught up on the lore and the story from the past games. Because I'll be honest with you, you try to go back and play those games today, a lot of people just put it down. They don't like the play style. They don't like how dated some of the controls feel, because everyone's got a stigma against tank controls, bad combat. So everybody's like,
I will say where Bloober Team is concerned, like they've got that other show or that other game that just got announced in the Xbox showcase. It's like Chronos Dawn of Time or something like that. If you watch the trailer for that, they got that real good creepy walkabout there, like villainous characters that just looks like it belongs in a Silent Hill game. So I'm kind of here for it.
Yeah, and Bloober Team does have a reputation of making some pretty well-received like survival horror and psychological horror titles. So I think them being the choice for that specifically is a good idea. I do like the fact that they are using different teams for different games. And the one game that I've been really excited about this year, I guess the state of play that just happened from Sony a couple weeks ago, they announced that Silent Hill F, they announced this a while back, but they just revealed a little bit of gameplay trailer.
It looks
actual stuff going on here.
So spooky, creepy.
And I'm here for it. So Silent Hill F is unlike the westernized town of Silent Hill traditionally, which is actually inspired by a Maine town.
No way.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. A lot of the geography out there inspired what
honestly, that makes sense.
Yeah.
There's a lot of towns up in Maine that are like real Silent Hilly.
Yeah.
Like, so.
And you're from Maine, right?
Oh, yeah. I'm from Maine. Actually, I'm from Ellsworth, Maine, for any of you out there who might somehow randomly know that.
If you don't, it's okay.
It's north of Bar Harbor. So, like, Acadia.
It's Maine. It's north.
Acadia National Park's probably the most famous thing up there, and it's just north of that, off the coast. Yeah. Okay. And but the further inland you go, very hilly, very Appalachian-y, but lots more pine trees.
Okay.
And lakes and fresh water, like that kind of deal. More steep hillsides that go into lakes, kind of like that deal. If you,
it's Canada.
Yeah, basically. God, you know how many times I got that when I was younger?
He just described Canada to you.
I would be like, introduce yourself to the class. And I'd be like, I'm from Maine. And it'd be like, isn't that in Canada?
Yes.
No.
And there we go. That is America.
Yeah, actually.
Land of the free, home of the brave.
America,
Maine is
Silent
in
Hill
Canada.
F does not take place in America. It's not going to be using that westernized inspiration. They're taking it back to Japan. Supposedly going to take place in the 60s. Which is very cool.
I don't know much about 60s Japan.
I don't either.
Dude.
Yeah.
Like in the trailer, the little like doll things that are move in a way that just immediately made me feel uncomfortable.
Like Japanese dolls?
In your stomach. Yes.
Oh, the little Tomodachi dolls or whatever, or no?
Couldn't tell you.
We don't watch rom-coms.
That's not. Yeah, okay.
I'm not sure. I'm just ignorant of the culture.
No, they're the Japanese-looking dolls with the. I forget what they're called. God dang it!
These just kind of look like Japanese children in school uniforms that were turned into dolls.
You know what? You're so right. I watched too much rom-com because that's literally from My Dress Up Darling. He builds those.
Well, yeah, no, we're still on the Silent Hill thing though, and that's what we're saying. That one, like the dolls in that look like Japanese children in school uniforms turned to dolls, and they're just like,
oh goodness,
yeah. It's spooky town.
It is not okay. But on the bright side, the little girl you play as gets a pipe.
Yep. A series staple. If you are a Silent Hill fan, you know the steel pipe has been an iconic item that shows up consistently in every game.
Because Japan doesn't believe in guns, you're back to a pipe.
Well, the pipe needs to be there no matter what.
No, when you're fighting the devil, you should have a gun.
You never fight the devil in Silent Hill. You technically fight God.
Why does God look like a creepy little Asian girl?
You know, for a country that doesn't believe in guns much, they sure have a lot of mech guns.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, look at those things.
I've never seen one.
What do you mean you're fighting God? I am so confused right now.
It's sort of like, not necessarily literally God, but the cult in Silent Hill has one goal, and it's to resurrect their God, right? So they sacrifice a clairvoyant girl to try to use her as a vessel to bring heaven on earth, paradise. That goes south because clairvoyant girl can't die because of her powers. Her nightmarish delusions become reality because of her psychic powers, and entraps this area geographically by hyper-intense emotional energy, manifesting her nightmares and suffering, which is essentially the plot of Silent Hill 1. That being consistent, in Silent Hill 3, spoilers, if you don't know the storyline, the main character of that game is actually the little girl that you're looking for in the first game, and she is tasked with being that girl that comes back to Silent Hill and essentially is at the penultimate moment of birthing the new god. But instead of choosing to birth the god, she takes a pill called algoflatus, which is a reference to a substance from the first game used to abort the fetus of the incubated god. Therefore, puking out the fetus, and the cult leader consumes the fetus to make herself the vessel. Incompatible with the vessel, a mutated version of God is born, and Heather must destroy this version of God, who is a manifestation of her internal maternal relationship with her role as the incubus, which is basically full circle to how she was as a child, as the reincarnation of Cheryl.
Okay, so that only begs one question then. One main question. Matt, would you rather have a gun or like a super-powered, monopowered plasma weapon to fight the devil?
Gun.
Still?
Gun.
Well, in Silent Hill 3,
you can have both. I was raised in the South. Give me a gun. But so what did I watch you play with the short message? Because it had nothing to do with any of that.
No, it had nothing to do with any of that. Do you remember the reference that I showed you in the short message where there was a clip out about the Silent Hill effect, or when they were talking about...
Yeah, you got all excited.
Yeah. That was a reference to the Western Witch. They were talking about the girl from America, Alessa.
Whoa.
Alessa Gillespie, the psychic girl. It's a running theme about these hyper emotional, feminine manifestations that basically just create these nightmare worlds.
Well,
yeah, more or less.
Look,
you heard it here first, folks. Play Silent Hill. You might or might not be let down.
Who knows? The new stuff is probably more accessible to modern audiences, so give it a try. Silent Hill 2 Remake, if you never played the game, you've always wanted to enjoy the story, you've heard about it, go for it.
Well, that said, you know what else is spooky in those games?
What?
The weather. Well, folks, let's talk about the weather, shall we?
Let's do it.
Yeah. As you can probably tell outside, it's feeling like summer. I think we're there. We're going to be locked into that summer pattern now. Summer is here. And let's go check that forecast, that 3-day forecast, and see what we got coming straight ahead. So, 80s, almost 90 for tomorrow, which we're filming on Thursday, of course. So by the time you guys hear this, the high is going to be 90. There's going to be scattered storms around, so it'll probably be 90 for a little while, and then there'll be some scattered storms, and if you're lucky enough, it'll cool down back into the 70s or 80s. But still, the humidity. When you have storms developing, like when you see storms in the forecast like this, and you're talking 80s and 90s, it's like a sauna, basically, when you're down here in the South. But we have that to look forward to. The coverage of storms will increase over the weekend, so it's not going to be one of those great outdoor weekends, unfortunately.
That's too bad. We've got a Friday the 13th coming up.
Oh, man, you're right.
Yeah.
That's literally tomorrow, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, if you guys had plans to go outdoors tomorrow, you're going to have to be dodging the storms. Now, there is less coverage on Friday, so there's a better chance that you'll have outdoor time compared to Saturday and Sunday. That's where it gets likely. Coverage will be wide, and there could even be a few strong to possibly briefly severe storms. Like I'm talking those pop-up summertime storms that will put out a little bit of damaging wind and maybe some small hail.
But just for your own personal safety, stay away from lakes.
Yeah, lightning is, this time of year, the main problem is not necessarily the severe weather from these type of storm events, it's the lightning.
I was actually referring to Jason Voorhees, but lightning.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean,
canonically in the films, his birthday is June 13th. So this is the Friday the 13th that is actually his birthday.
Stay away from lakes, people.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually stay away from lakes for both those reasons at this point. I mean, the lightning would just add to it, wouldn't
Jason
it?
Voorhees.
It would just add to
It
it.
just adds to that creepy vibe I was saying earlier, right? Oh,
Yep.
Jeez, that's ironic.
Yep. Creepy weather this weekend.
No shortage of irony this day.
Watch out.
So yeah, so that's your 3-day forecast. Now let's look deeper into the future. Is this going to keep going on like this? Well,
If summer just started, I assume, but let's find out together.
the answer is yes, folks.
Whoa.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah. We're even deeper in the orange and red than we were last episode.
Yeah.
So that's a good indication that we're going to be well above average as we're heading closer to the end of the month. Now, guess who the lucky ones are? The Pacific Northwest.
Ha.
Wow.
Typical this time of year, honestly.
Is it?
Yeah, they usually get the cool weather because right here where it says near normal, that's where our jet stream is starting to settle into. So in the summer, the jet stream will like drift north and balance itself out because we're not doing that crazy up and down from spring anymore, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now what you get is you get the jet stream settling right here, which keeps the Northwest stormy. We get storms, but they come kind of down from here, or we get a random tropical system or something. But that's more common in a couple months, like August.
Right.
Yeah. So what we're getting now is that crazy, just scattered storm summer humidity activity. And you can see that from this image here. We're in the green still. So it's above average precipitation.
Above average, guys.
Like, what else would you expect?
Yeah, this is that muggy southern stormy summer weather. Hot in the morning, muggy as all get out, and then storms in the afternoon. Those big cloud towers that you see pop up, that's the kind of weather we're going to be looking forward to for at least the next couple of weeks.
Okay.
Like, yeah. So
great.
That's that. You know what? In other news, have you all noticed how like the sky's been really hazy lately? Like it's just this. How have you not noticed?
Look up sometimes, man.
I don't look up. I always stare straight ahead. I know where I'm going.
Okay.
You're leaving yourself open for like aerial attack, dude. Just saying.
Super quick reflexes. I'm good.
How quick are your reflexes though? Because like
some would say cat-like.
Yeah.
Did you learn those from Poir?
No. They got better because of him.
Oh, so they got reinforced by him.
Yes.
I got you. Well,
that makes sense
to know.
Attack me from above one day, Brian.
I mean, I'm not going to take you from. I'm just saying, like, that's a thing that could happen.
Something.
And you're not looking up. I always try to look up. What if you're in a city and you don't look up and try to look at the top of the buildings, right? Like, that's literally something you should always do.
How do you
Why?
know?
Snipers.
I was going to say
why
pianos.
would they be aimed straight down?
It's right,
Yeah,
pianos. That's like, a great
putting
example.
pianos up, you know?
Any large object, the what do you call those things?
Cranes.
I'm stuck on the fact that he went to snipers.
Me too.
Like he went to a long distance thing. It was like, nah, they're gonna be looking straight down.
Everybody knows about the rooftop sniper stick, right? It's like a thing. They be doing that stuff sometimes.
I'm not really too.
Maybe I played way too much Call of
Duty
Duty or something.
Perhaps,
that could be it.
Perhaps.
Okay.
You were like, are you looking up in cities? I'm like, why? They make the buildings to not fall apart and crumble.
Whatever. Fine. Okay. Anyways, the point I was getting to is
don't look up, kids. There's no reason to.
If you're not Matt, you've probably looked up in the sky and you've been like, wow, it's really hazy or it's really cloudy, and you thought it was just a bunch of high clouds or something.
That's what I thought.
It's not actually.
Really?
Have you noticed the sun has a more red tint to it?
No, I haven't.
The sunsets have been a lot redder, a lot oranger, a lot more that color, whatever you call that.
Amber.
Amber. I love that. I love that color. Amber is the color of your energy.
Well, now we're sued.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
I'm singing it.
That's right.
It's a cover. Anyways. Yeah.
Creative Commons license, right?
The amber sun is caused by one thing. Canada.
Mm-hmm. Is it really?
How is it caused by Canada, man? Like why would I say that? Well, it's because of Canadian wildfires, everybody. Let's take a look at what I mean.
Really?
Right here. Look at all that. See all this little wispy grayish, not the white, but it's like darker gray. That is just wildfire smoke from Upper Canada.
No kidding.
Yeah, that's a lot of fires. You got to think about the scale at which it takes to like make that much smoke. And the reason it's drifting down here, this is from about a week ago. This image was taken, and the upper level winds were pushing the air down. So like all that smoke goes way up, and it gets like launched slowly downstream. And that's what's been giving us our hazy skies. Not because of the clouds. This is all just smoke. And I smelled a little bit of like wildfire smoke the other day. And every once in a while, when some of these clusters will settle, you can smell a little bit of that. And this is actually not uncommon. It happens a lot, but this was one of those big plumes where it was like noticeable. And it causes a little bit of health effects for those who are sensitive, like air quality wise. But other than that, it just makes it hazy and kind of dull outside. Not beautiful blue skies like we're used to.
Understandable.
Yeah. Just figured that was worth mentioning for those who are interested. So yeah, I guess that's all I have for the weather today, guys. Hot, humid, stormy Tennessee summer in the forecast for the foreseeable future. And yeah. Oh, really? That's new. Okay, so check this out. I'm just getting this from Greg himself over here. We have apparently a Glizzard in the forecast.
A Glizzard.
A straight up full blown Glizzard. And I'm assuming that's going to affect some sporting events. What do you think?
Yeah, we've actually got some sporting events coming up in the next couple weeks. Nathan's Hot Dogs hosts the National Hot Dog Eating Contest.
Oh man, do they really?
They sure do. One of the biggest sporting events of July 4th. Yeah.
You know, I never knew that.
Yeah, actually.
What are the other big July 4th sporting events?
Well, you know, like cornhole, horseshoes, fireworks.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's that holiday where things blow up in the sky and stuff, and they're colorful.
Yeah.
Look like flowers and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, so this year we've got a lot of competitors.
Okay.
I believe Joey Chestnut, I hope, will be there.
Joey Chestnut.
Yep, he's been one of the champions for a couple years.
Okay.
And then he's got his main rival, Kobayashi.
Kobayashi Maru.
Yep. Last name Kobayashi. So this year I'm looking forward to some like really competitive hot dog eating. You know what I mean? I foresee a lot of people showing up ready to eat as many as they can in a certain amount of time, right? Now, there are some variants of the sport, which I like. There's some indie leagues that typically do other rules. One of my favorite variations of the hot dog eating competition is everyone gets a set amount of hot dogs, and they have to see who eats the set amount first. So the first person to finish their plate wins.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay.
Pretty cool idea, right?
So it's a speed contest.
Yeah.
Okay.
More of a sprint than a marathon.
Yeah.
I think that's healthier.
Yeah, and they
in the long run,
fewer hot dogs for this competition.
Like, what's the record? Do you know offhand?
The record is like dozens of hot dogs.
Dozens.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Like I'm pretty sure
over
20.
I was about to say, I want to say it's in like the 40s.
It's probably in the 40s.
And that's insane.
Yeah. Because I don't think it's good for you to eat that many hot dogs. I'm not really sure.
You don't think?
I don't think so.
You can't be.
Well, I mean, these athletes train their bodies specifically for this event.
Oh, wait a minute.
Because there's ways to train for competitive
to take
eating.
on that amount of calories. You're telling me people train to do that?
It's not even about the calories. It's the volume of food itself. So they're working on expansion.
Dude, I just didn't realize it was that in depth.
Yeah.
Of a sport. It's not an official sport though, right?
Oh, it's an official sport.
Yes.
Nathan's is the official hot dog of the International Hot Dog Eating Championship, which I believe takes place in New York every year.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing to me.
Yeah.
It's a thing. I wonder if I can bet on that on DraftKings. Sorry.
I bet you can.
Sorry, that just hit me. I was like, man, I might have to jump on there on July 4th.
You should definitely check on that later. See if they got like a section for that.
It takes place in Coney Island of all
places. Coney Island?
Yeah, of course it does.
We'll let you guys know next time if I made any money on the hot dog eating contest.
So
well, that's amazing. That is so cool.
Yeah.
Like they have hot dog eating official pro sport contests.
Yeah, I know.
Like it's a thing.
And it takes place
sponsored
on a national holiday.
Of course, Nathan's would sponsor that at Coney Island.
Yeah.
That's really
Nathan's
funny.
is a really good hot dog, but I'm a fan of many different kinds of hot dogs. What kind of hot dogs do you guys like? Is there a particular brand that you're a favorite or is your favorite?
I've always purchased the Oscar Mayer type, but I think I mentioned to it ballpark, like the ballpark
They
Franks.
plump when you cook them.
Yeah, those are the ones that I usually would get. Like if I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get some ballpark and cook them out like on a grill.
Yeah,
I've only done it a couple times though. I don't cook out much. I should cook out more.
Yeah, you should cook out more. And you like charcoal or propane?
You know what? I've been buying camping supplies lately, and one of those things I bought was like a portable propane grill.
Oh yeah.
So like even though I typically used to like charcoal, I'm gonna try that out. And you know what? I'll try it out with. I'll put some of those ballpark Franks on there.
Good idea.
Good way to start back in on it,
Yeah,
I think.
Great idea.
Yeah.
For me, it's not so much the hot dog; it's the topping. Now,
yeah,
I have been eating hot dogs, just a slice of cheese on them for years. It's one of my favorite ways.
Really?
Yeah, no, it's fire. It's amazing. But it can't go wrong with like a chili cheese dog. Get some onions, like mustard on that stuff, some relish. Our friend David Houts just showed us about this like onions in juice or onions in sauce or something like that.
Yeah,
it's like apparently some kind of Jersey or New York staple or something. Super good on a hot dog.
Super good on a hot dog.
What relish?
Well, yeah,
it's relish. I love relish. I'm here for all kinds of mustard-based things, vinegar-based things, sour.
You know, I'm surprised you haven't mentioned like the Sonic hot dogs.
The Sonic hot dogs, was never really a big fan of the Sonic hot dogs.
Really?
Personally. The chili cheese coney is iconic.
It's so good.
It is.
The foot-long coney is iconic. I'm a bigger fan of the chili and the cheese in that situation. I will get the chili cheese tots more often than the coney. I'll just say it.
Okay. I do like the chili cheese stuff. That's anything chili related that Sonic has going is always pretty decent.
Yeah, I'm never going to be mad at it.
It's got that taste to it. It's a staple taste of theirs. And it's famous. I mean, like you said, the coney.
It's just, it's iconic.
You know that. When you see Sonic, you're like, you see those few items, and that's one of them.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we're talking about Sonic menus, I'm just going to go ahead and throw this out there. Cheddar peppers is the way to go on that.
Sir.
However,
cheddar peppers.
I'm also going to say
say
that we've gotten...
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I do.
We've gotten slightly off track.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Not in my mind. We're talking about the right thing right now.
Yeah, I know that's in your mind, Jameson.
Oh, you're right, because you know what? Let's be real here. I'm sure you have something that he would be interested in eating coming up in the animal world.
Yeah, man. With that being said, I'm going to go.
Don't word it like that. Don't eat every animal I talk about.
I don't intend to. I'm just curious.
Not this one especially.
Okay. Well, unless it's prepared in a particularly good way, I probably won't even care.
I shouldn't even have mentioned it.
Go ahead and pass it. I'm open.
How do you throw a hot dog? Oh yeah.
Zoom.
Now, let's talk about an animal that scares me. So today we're going to be talking about something that's not necessarily scary as much as just really judging a book by its cover. So we're going to be talking about the wasp mantid fly.
This right here?
That.
Thank you, Greg.
It is in no way harmful to humans. I'm going to start with that. But look at it and tell me it doesn't look like it's harmful to humans.
Yeah, no. I was going to say there's no way that's not a wasp, right?
All right, so it resembles both a mantis and a wasp, but it's more in the mantis family. You can see if you look up there at his little pincer things, he just folds them back and he looks like the head of a wasp.
Oh.
It's amazing because he just tries to make himself look like a paper wasp so nothing will mess with him.
Wow, that's
that's the whole thing.
That's cool.
It has no stinger.
No stinger.
Yeah. Looks like it would have a stinger.
Yeah, you would think it's right here somewhere.
Yeah,
right?
you would think there's a stinger on that thing. No stinger whatsoever. Right?
Wow.
All right. Now, the thing about this that truly bothers me is the way that it reproduces. Because once they drop their larva will attach itself to like a spider. And it just chills on the spider until the spider drops an egg sac. And then when the spider drops an egg sac, it attaches to that.
Oh.
And then it eats the eggs while it grows to become this horrifying monster of creation.
Oh, that sounds terrifying.
Yeah. Absolutely horrifying.
But that's not why it scares us necessarily.
No, it actually shouldn't scare you at all. It's a very helpful creature that it does no harm to human beings whatsoever.
But it looks like you shouldn't mess with it.
It looks like you shouldn't mess with it.
That looks intimidating. You know what this reminds me of is that darn invasive wasp that came from Asia. What is that called?
Oh, the murder hornet.
The murder hornet?
Yeah.
It kind of looks like
the Asian giant hornet. Go back to one of our other episodes where I talked about it.
That was with Tien on Tap, actually. We talked about that.
Speaking of Tennessee on Tap.
I don't know if y'all noticed.
David Houtz, the founder and host of Tennessee on Tap, is actually the guy that told me to throw this out here. He was like, this is a good idea. It's a creepy thing, and I think it fits your vibe, and you can tell us about it.
Makes sense to me, yeah.
Let me tell you a little bit about David Houtz. David Houtz and Tennessee on Tap next week will be hosting their own pub crawl. Their pub crawl will be called Suns Out, Pints Out. They've got shirts on sale. They've got koozies. It's going to be a good time. What David has out there, even though there is one false statement in it, and I will fix that. So what David posted on his Facebook to tell everybody about the event is that we're supporting local businesses the best way to kick off the summer. Join us for this year's pub crawl, games, giveaways, some live music, and even live recordings. So bring your flip-flops, tank tops, and holler rompers. That's cut-off overalls for those of you that don't know. Hawaiian shirts encouraged. Don't forget your shades and sunscreen. At 4 p.m., we kick off at Aw Daddy's with mouth-watering food and incredible off-the-water vibe. It's the perfect place to grab some food before making your way back to the square. Get ready for a vibe check while you're there. 6 p.m., find us at Casa Roja. Located right off the square with traditional Mexican dishes and festive environment, they are a perfect spot for our crawl. 8 p.m., head down to Prince Street. As the sun sets on Gallatin, join us for the world premiere of Better Kenney. 3 guys with a band, a podcast, and a pocket full of dreams. Fun jams, funnier comedy. You don't want to miss this, as it could be their first and last live event in the same night. You never know how it's going to go, folks. Come check us out. At 10 p.m. to finish out the night, we head to our spot. They got pool tables and incredible cocktails, making it the best last location for our crawl. Life's too short for bad beer, so crack a cold one open with us. We're Tennessee on Tap. Come on out and support a local podcast, support some local businesses, and the best band Gallatin has to offer. I can say that.
I don't know. Yeah.
I can say that, and these people can come judge for themselves.
I guess so. I guess you're right.
All right, guys. You ready for a little friendly competition? So I don't know if our listeners remember, but on the last episode of Better Kenney, I challenged them to a hot dog eating contest. And being the good person that I am, I brought us all 2 hot dogs.
They smelling good.
So we all have 2 hot dogs and a bottle of water if necessary. We're going to see who eats their 2 hot dogs the fastest.
Just like the indie leagues.
Just like the indie leagues, making up rules on the fly.
So when do we start?
Okay, so I feel like the best way for me to do this is I'm going to say go, and we're all going to go. All right?
Okay.
Boys, it's been really good being friends with you.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers. Hot dog cheers.
Let's go.
I am competitive, and I will win. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, you too?
Yeah.
Wait, that's not ketchup.
No, it's a sweet and sour sauce.
Oh, you're sweet and sour? Okay.
Well, not really, but we didn't have any mustard. So I was thinking, like I said earlier, I'm into tangy, I'm into sour. This is literally in the name. So this is going to get me somewhat close. If you think of it as like yellow mustard meets sweet relish, that's probably going to be where this flavor palette kind of meets.
Okay. No, that sounds interesting.
You're a ketchup on a dog's guy.
I'm a ketchup on a dog's guy since I was a kid.
No kidding. The last time I saw somebody eat ketchup on a hot dog was at this place in Chicago. It was actually in a suburb of Chicago called Tinley Park.
Tinley Park. Okay.
Yeah, it's a fast food restaurant that specializes in hot dogs. It's called Mickey's. You ever heard of it?
No, I don't think so. I've been to Chicago, but I haven't heard of that before.
Mickey's is cool, man. It's basically like I was hanging out with my cousins one year, and he was like hungry. And he was like, "Hey, I'm gonna go to Mickey's and we get something to eat." And in my head, I was thinking like, "Oh, McDonald's. Yeah, no, I love McDonald's. Let's go." And to be fair, I was like 11 years old at the time. First time ever visiting that part of the
Jim,
country that I remember.
You do know this is a competition, right? You're taking an awful long time to put that sweet and sour on.
Oh, I can't eat them without sauce, man.
Well, are you done yet?
No, I've got. Hang on, I got sauce on my fingers.
Well, so far it's fucking great, man.
Yeah, how are they?
Very good, solid.
Oh, Matt's got a good lead.
Holy! Oh no! Whoa!
Wow! I think Matt won.
Did he just win?
Where's the other one?
Gone.
Whoa!
All right, second place.
Okay.
I'm winning.
No, you're not.
Come on, but. Dude, I couldn't pay attention.
Oh, I wasn't either.
Oh my god. He sounds like he's in pain. Owie.
So,
Owie.
during the Xbox showcase, they announced the Invincible game. There's going to be an Invincible fighting game. It's going to be a 3-on-3 fighting game. Looks like it's going to be pretty good. Super excited for it. They also announced High on Life 2. Justin Roiland will not be a part of it. They can't use him anymore, what with the allegations. So Squanch Games got rid of him, and there won't be Kenny in the game anymore.
I'm trying, man. Oh, I'm getting a stomach ache.
Oh, man.
Sweet and sour sauce was not a bad idea. Folks at home.
Goes really good on that hot dog.
Oh my god, man. How's the bread?
I have a chance. Mm-hmm.
Oh. You're an asshole.
Nathan's, remember your boy.
What brand are these?
Oh, these are Oscar Mayer?
That's why Brian's beating me.
What the hell is that supposed to mean?
I don't know.
You love Oscar Mayer.
I think he just tied it up.
Oh,
you said you like Ballpark.
Ballpark fan, bro.
What's your favorite condiment? Ketchup? That's your favorite one?
And Jameson is talking instead of taking the lead.
Well,
I don't think he has this one in the bag, guys. Brian rocking 2 bites left. You guys chew like camels. You can go so much faster than this.
Bro, you're not human.
Oh.
What?
So,
I got this. Just admit it. Admit defeat.
Nope. You just tripped.
Oh. It's coming down to the wire. It's coming down to the wire.
Come on, man. I'm gonna swallow. No!
Fuck! Got there. Damn.
We've been better, Kenny, and we better be in your playlist.